Hello guys, welcome once again to my channel. My name is RexSam. As you always know, I'm always available to teach you anything about solar and give you detailed information concerning solar technology. Every system has the way it works, and today I'm going to give you detailed information and explanations on how you can be able to identify the various cameras you use when doing your installations. What are the cameras we need in our solar installations? We have the solar camera, we have the Wi-Fi camera, we have ordinary cameras like the wired camera. Today, I'm going to show you the different form of those cameras and how you can identify their app whenever you want to run the installations. In today's activities, our installation is basically on cameras. I'll be telling you the apps that you use in installing them. Individually, there are a lot of things that you need to know about this particular system. Watch me as I do that. Please, if you have not subscribed to my channel, this is the right time to do that, as I will be able to differentiate the difference between this and this. I will be showing you what makes this a Wi-Fi camera and also what makes this a Wi-Fi camera, and equally show you what makes them independent of its own. Why cameras need Wi-Fi and why they don't need Wi-Fi. Okay, so I will be starting with this. This is our normal smart camera. Let me unveil it now and show you how it works. This camera is the Wi-Fi camera. As we all know, this is a smart camera. You see this particular camera, there is something that makes it unique from this V380. There's something that makes it unique. What are the unique features of this camera? One, this camera have similarity with the solar camera, but they are not the same. They are never the same. As you can see, I have my solar camera here. This is my solar powered camera. I have it here. This is my solar powered camera, and this is my Wi-Fi camera. So these cameras that you see here are two different things altogether. So today I'll be showing you the difference between this and this and how you can use them in different site locations effectively. So let me start with this. I know you are watching me and I am ready to teach you today. I have various forms of camera, like I said. This is the Wi-Fi camera. This is actually, can you see? This is Wi-Fi camera. What makes it a Wi-Fi camera? What makes it a Wi-Fi camera is that it doesn't have independent network source. It doesn't have independent internet access. How do I mean? If you look at this camera, now, you can see that under here there is a slot for memory card, but there's no slot for SIM card. That is number one. Then the second thing you should notice about this is that when you want to apply it on this, when you want to power this camera, you have to use power source to power it. For instance, this is the screws where you can screw it on the lamp holder, or as the case may be, it always comes with its own. I'll be showing you the differences. That's why I am here right now to show you the differences. So you need to power this camera with external source, whereas this is an independent camera. So now, if for you to power this, you need external source and you need memory card. You need memory card to slot in these ports. Whereas here, you don't see any port that resemble SIM card. There's no SIM port for this. Therefore, for you to access this online, you must use either Wi-Fi or your phone hotspot. It's either you use this or your phone hotspot. So I'll be showing you the details on how you can be able to use this. Then in the same way, I have another camera here. This is also a Wi-Fi camera. The way this works is the same way. This is V380 as well. The app for making use of this is V380. So once you download the app, you must have the external power source. You can see that port, this port now, the external source. Then you see this camera now. It cannot come online unless you use Wi-Fi or you use your hotspot. How do I mean? Either you use your router or you use your phone Wi-Fi to connect this to internet. Then I have another one here with me. Okay, I will be showing you different cameras and I'll be explaining to them. You see this camera now. See how this camera is. So this camera now is not a Ubox, it is not V380. You have different app for this. So I'm going to show you how it works. This is the manual. So you see this camera. This camera you see, we call it Carecam. And so when you look at this camera now, you see that it is quite different from other ones. How do I mean? Look at the description, Carecam. So You can equally cloud it when you want. Then when you are using this particular camera, it's a Wi-Fi camera that we all know. It has the ability to rotate. It can window like this. Then when you are doing this, there is something you need to find out about this camera that is unique compared to other cameras. What is that? First, you see that this camera has a slot for memory card, but there's no slot for SIM card. That is to say, it is equally dependent on Wi-Fi or your router to go for internet. So for you to access it in internet, you must use your router or use your phone Wi-Fi or any Wi-Fi that is around for you to access this particular camera in the internet. So now I want to show you what makes it different from other cameras. As you are watching, please like this video, share and comment, then ask your question too. I am always willing and ready to give you all the detailed answers as long as these solar cameras and Wi-Fi cameras are concerned. I will answer all the detailed questions as long as you drop a question with me. Come with me also. So, like I said, for you to power this camera, you need to take it to power source. So this particular camera has charger for it. You have cord. You can equally use your power bank to power it. So now if I'm to use my external source to power it, what it means is that I will plug in my cord and bring out my this camera now. See, I will bring it in, plug it in here. Then you see this camera now. I'm about to power it. So once I slot in, so once you connect it like this, the next thing you see is that the camera will talk to show you that it is powered on. You see the light has come on now. So because it has come on, listen to the voice. So now you see the camera is rotating. Said you are welcome to use. That means you can now use the camera. Then when this is done, the next thing you do is to download the app. Remember, the app is not V380, it is not Ubox. This is Carecam cameras. Therefore, you scan the barcode. Listen to the voice, scan the barcode with your phone. I have my phone here. Permit me to pick up my phone and show you how it works. Just you listen to the voice, as you can see. Then I open my app. This is the app. So when I do that, what next do I need to do? I will look for the camera. You see, so the camera now is offline. Why is it offline? It is offline because I have not used my router or any Wi-Fi to connect it. So what do? I will take a step of going for the scanning the barcode, scanning the barcode. Once it is captured, you see, I've scanned the barcode. So once it is captured, it will now allow me to access it. So what do I do now? After configuring this camera, I can now take it offline. After configuring the camera, I can now take it offline. So now let us play this camera. Now, the beautiful thing about this is that you can be in a spot and do all of them before taking them to site. So you can actually stay at home and run your configuration before taking them to the different locations where you want them to be installed. So it is always important you have internet access. You must have network. See this camera now. You must have network where you are to configure it. Because most of the times, the challenges we have when you get to a remote environment where there's no internet access or when there's no strong network for you to do the configuration, you begin to find it difficult to get them configured. But when you have this and you have internet around you, what you have to do is stay at a spot, make sure you configure all of them, then take them to your different locations or sites where you're installing them. When you get there, all you just need to do is to mount what you have configured and make sure the router is on. Once it is on, then you are good to go. So that is why it is important to have your phone, you have your internet access, and you make sure that everything you need is available for time. Then I equally want to show you how this one works too. Like I told you, we've been able to establish before that every Wi-Fi camera needs to be powered. So most of the time we have also solar Wi-Fi camera, but this is V380. This V380, as you know, when I talk about the V380, I'm talking about the app used in viewing this particular camera. This camera now, I have my Ubox, but this is V380. So this particular camera has a slot for, that's this particular slot. This place is for power, and the power is either from the panel or you can use electricity also to power it. Perhaps you want to use this indoor and probably you have a power source that is close to you and you don't want to be using solar panel. I can slot in watch me do it. I just slot in, this is my source. See? You can see this red indicator, so I can turn on this camera now. So the camera is on. Camera is on now, so look at it. Look at this camera now. See? And see the camera, it is on. And when you look at the positioning, you can equally find out that I have space. Like I said, it is independent. I have space for this. You see my space, this is my space for memory card, and this is my space for SIM card. So that is to say, if I slot in my memory card here, I should be able to see everything that is happening. It will be stored in this camera. And if I slot in my SIM card, it will automatically get connected to internet, provided the SIM card has data. So that is why this is independent from the other one. This doesn't need Wi-Fi to work. It doesn't need hotspot. It doesn't need router for you to configure this. But you must have SIM card with data subscription inside this camera before it can work online. Then if you don't want it to work online, probably you just want to record everything. You can record manually and you can record automatically. How do I mean? When you put slot in your SIM card and get it powered, as long as the camera is working, it will be storing whatever thing it captures or whatever object it picks within the environment into the memory card. So after a while, you may decide to come and bring out your memory card and watch it externally. But when you have it connected to your phone with the data subscription inside, it gives you access to view it anywhere you are in the world, whether you are close to the camera or far from the camera. As long as it has internet access, you can access it with your mobile phone. You can use your phone and access it. Like this one now, I have my phone here and I have this particular one is V380. So, but I have my Ubox app. I can open my Ubox app to access other cameras at a spot. See, this is Ubox. Though this one is using V380, but I have my Ubox where I run other installations for other cameras. So if I turn on this Ubox, you can see it's opening. So now that it is open, you can see all the cameras that I've run the installations, the ones that are online and the ones that are offline. When you see offline, it means there's no internet connection there or the camera is not on. There are two things that can make it to go offline. Is either the camera is not on or there is no internet available for it to come on. When the thing that can make it not to be on internet can be either there's no data subscription or that the SIM card is not sealed network within the area. So now I have camera that is on here. You see this, I have this camera, it is online while this is offline. So if I want to see the one that is online, I just tap it here. It will open. The moment I tap it, it comes online. So right now, as you can see, this is very early in the morning, around 6 o'clock or past 6. So what do? You see, this is a minute to 6. From here you can see what is happening around that area. You see it as clear as it is. I'm viewing my site here at a spot. So this is what this camera does. But if it is not online, and you can be able to detect what happened within 10 seconds ago, you see, I have them here. I can play back. But the one of Wi-Fi, you cannot really play back until you have inserted your memory card. That is just the truth. You cannot play back without you either crowding it or inserting your memory card. So it is important to use your memory card. Use your memory card just like in the wired cameras. We use hard disk for storage, but here we use our memory card to make sure we store every recorded event that the camera were able to observe. Also, all the activities that happens must be stored in the memory card, and that can only be done when it is inserted inside this camera. So I believe I've been able to differentiate the Wi-Fi camera from the solar camera. So if today is your first time of watching my video, please kindly subscribe and click on other videos to see the basic facts and the information you need to know concerning solar and camera in general. I am RexSam DesolarDoctor. Thank you for watching this video. See you next time. Bye for now.